10,000 years ago. As the last of the Ice Age glaciers loosened their death grip on Europe, the continent was a battleground, not of armies, but of shadows. Forests crept over the melting tundra, carving new paths for rivers and scattering the tribes that lived there. Throughout this upheaval, a story whispered through the trees, a cautionary tale, so terrifying that entire villages would abandon their homes and flee into the night. But what was this terror that made people run? And why do its echoes still linger today? Join us as we explore the legends and the landscape to uncover the truth behind the greatest fear that ever gripped Europe's heart. Welcome to the channel. 10,000 years ago, Europe was a canvas of change. The icy palette of the Ice Age was yielding to the warmer hues of a new world. Animals that had roamed the frozen wastes since the dawn of time were disappearing. Woolly mammoths, cave bears, and saber-toothed lions became relics of a bygone era. As the climate shifted, new species emerged, such as the majestic red deer, the mighty wild boar, and the cunning wolf, which stalked the forests and valleys. During this period, humans painted caves with vibrant colors like ochre, creating masterpieces that have survived millennia. But some caves were abruptly sealed shut, their entrances blocked as if those inside had fled in such a hurry that they forgot to leave, or could have caused such panic that drove them to abandon their homes. Could it have been a tragic hunt gone terribly wrong, a desperate struggle for survival against the very beasts they had pursued? Did a vengeful spirit enter the hunter's camp in the dead of night, stealing their breath and leaving their families lifeless in their beds? Was it a celestial spectacle that filled their hearts with dread? Did a fiery comet streak across the sky, its impact shaking the foundations of their world? Or was it something more sinister, something that lurked in the shadows of their world, something that they couldn't name, but whose mere presence filled them with unspeakable fear? Whatever it was, this unnamed terror chased them from their homes, forcing them to abandon their lives and possessions in the blink of an eye. It's hard to imagine what could have caused such widespread panic, especially since these people left behind such rich cave systems filled with evidence of their daily lives, culture, and beliefs. It's almost as if they had been summoned away by some unseen force, leaving behind the material remnants of their existence. This abrupt departure remains a mystery, an enigma that has puzzled scientists and historians for years. But the story doesn't end there, for, in the vast stretches of prehistory, myths take root and grow. They are passed down through generations until they become part of the cultural fabric, woven into the very essence of a society. The nameless terror that drove these ancient people from their homes became a character in the myths and legends that echoed through the ages. These stories served as cautionary tales, warnings of the dangers that lurked in the darkness, reminding each new generation of the importance of heeding the unknown. For instance, the Celts had their own version of this myth, and they called it the Hollow Fear. This creature supposedly lived in the caves, and was said to feed on the despair and hopelessness of its victims. Then there are the Norse tales of the Jitna, or giants, who were said to have roamed the land before the memory of men. These giants were often depicted as monstrous beings who lived in caves and caused great destruction until the gods intervened and banished them. These myths may have originated from the same nameless terror that drove the early humans from their homes. As time marched on, the stories evolved, they took on new meanings, and were incorporated into the religious beliefs and folklore of different cultures. But the original fear remained, buried beneath layers of myth and legend. It is a reminder that the human experience is universal, and that our fears and anxieties are timeless. In Greece, the tale was told of races of people who lived before the Greeks and vanished when the world changed. Maybe they were telling their own story. What was this terror that made people run 10,000 years ago? Is it something that still lurks in the shadows of our world? Something we can sense but not see? Something that stirs our primal fears and makes us question the darkness that surrounds us? Today, we may dismiss these myths as mere superstition or folklore, but they serve as a testament to the power of the human imagination and our enduring fascination with the unknown. They remind us that fear is one of the oldest gods humanity ever served, and that the things we fear the most often reside in the darkest recesses of our own minds. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of the past, we must remember that there are some things we may never fully understand. There are some shadows that are best left undisturbed and some myths that are better left unbroken. For in the tapestry of human history, it is the unknown that adds the most intriguing threads, reminding us that our world is vast and mysterious, and that there are some things that lie beyond our comprehension.